Hey everyone, thanks for joining. So we're going to do an AMA today on our ambassador program. We posted a blog about that on February 13th. So Nibiru chain number 6 ambassador program. We've got a number of questions about it in the Discord, so we thought we'd create an AMA specifically for it. If you tuned into the last AMA, you may remember that we want to keep you guys engaged. So feel free to post in the AMA questions thread within Discord. So that's under the community section, or post directly here on Twitter, and we'll make sure to get your questions incorporated. You'll have Unique Divine, so one of our co-founders from our side. He's running the Nibiru chain Twitter. And then you have Jesse Yang, our marketing lead. I'm Jonathan, and I help lead BD from Nibiru's perspective. So without further ado, let's dive into the first question. Can anyone become a Nibiru ambassador? Are there any specific qualifications, any experience required?
Yeah, I can take this one. So it's a great question. The short answer is yes, anyone can become an ambassador. The long answer is more complicated. So we have four ranks of ambassador. So you've got Mega, you've got Ultra, you've got Giga, and also Infinite, right? So to become a Mega is relatively easy. Like all you need to do is just to be active in our community. But as you level up, you need to show more engagement and also more initiatives as well. We're aware that different people have different skill sets, so we want to make sure that everybody can shine. Depending on your skill sets, we actually offer different tracks to participate in. So there are 3 tracks so far. We have content creation track, we have community track, we also have developer track.
Nice. So it sounds good that you can get involved no matter your skill set. Do we want to touch a bit upon what each of those tiers entail? I know we sort of have a generic write-up on the blog, but I don't know if we had more detail on that.
Yes. So this is something, I guess, to be added to our ambassador program. Like we're in the process of actually updating the program. So I'll briefly talk about the social content creation track and also the community track, and I'll leave the developer track to Unique. Okay, so for the content creation track, we encourage community members to, I guess, just create anything that adds value to Nibiru as a project. So it could be something as simple as a meme, let's say, or just like a post on Twitter and tag us. Or it could be something like more in depth, such as a blog article, and just deep diving into the topics that are related to Nibiru and also the ecosystem. Right? You can also create YouTube videos or tutorials. So the sky is the limit. So anything you're capable of creating and sharing, we're happy to receive. And for the community track, I think that's really for like everyone. So as long you're actively engaged with the community, like participating in different campaigns, activities, conversations, and just in general helping each other out, I think that's what we're really value at the end of the day, because that's what really counts. As a family, as a community. So our team and moderators were always on Discord. We're always interacting with our community members, and we'll be able to identify the most active members and promote them to the next level. So that's for the community and the social track. Unique. How about you talk a little bit more about the developer track?
How you come as a developer, working on tooling or the SDKs, pull requests on other libraries, also writing technical documentation, guides, tutorials, usage examples, anything like that. And then also just like general smart contract education stuff in Cosmosm. And then we'll likely start a developer grants program as well for people that want to build on top, but don't have like a team together yet, or just need help from the core team.
Yeah, that sounds super cool. Okay, so I forgot to mention earlier, but that question came from 4BBY. The next question, still from 4BBY, but how do you promote ambassadors? Is there a specific requirement to level up? For example, we can see like Mega, Ultra, and Giga. How do you, let's say, get involved?
So we have initial guidelines in the first blog post, but we're also adding like an updated version that gives more specific requirements for each rank. So essentially, to level up, you have to demonstrate higher engagement and leadership qualities as you go up. So like for the community track, if you want to become Ultra or Giga, ideally you should be able to, show that you're a leader in the community and answering questions, maybe running events or providing ideas on how to improve things with the Discord server and more generally with governance as we get closer to being live. And there are no hard written rules there. There's more than one way to contribute to the program. We definitely want people to be creative and think out of the box.
Great to hear there's a bit of a fluidity to it. Next question from Ava World, Leonie Calf. Will more ambassadors be required as the community grows, or is there only one shot at it? How many ambassadors do you plan to onboard in total?
Okay, that's also a great question. I guess we don't really have a cap. So as the community grows, I'd imagine we would eventually build a really large network of ambassadors. And also we want to properly incentivize the cohort. So we're very early, I guess, in the program, and this is an ongoing one and will definitely evolve over time. So we expect to see more development down the road. And we plan to onboard as many ambassadors as possible. I also just I want to remind everyone, since we have some new comers, if you have questions, you can post, to this Twitter, just in the comment section here, and we will be able to review your live questions as well. Thank you.
What I think a lot of folks are interested in is how are ambassadors actually rewarded?
Yeah, I can touch on this. So we'll provide a combo of rewards between like Circle, Nibi, and USD. And we're also thinking about including like NFTs or access to like airdrops or partner tokens. Some of the rewards are only available post mainnet, right? Like if the token isn't live, we can't distribute that. And then of course, if you're in the US, we can't give that out. But still, that would still be, you would still be eligible for things like NFTs or receiving Circle. And then probably beyond that, I'd imagine if someone's of a certain rank, but they're like performing particularly well, we're open to doing like performance-based bonuses for ambassadors, and that's just like up to the team discretion. Regular rewards would probably start for people like ranks Giga and higher.
Next question, courtesy of Cute Pandas. What kind of training or education will Nibiru provide to its ambassadors? And how does the project ensure that all participants will have a solid understanding of both the tech stack, the vision, and the values?
Yeah. So from the ambassador side, like we mentioned in a previous one, adding more guidelines to the initial blog post, and then we'll probably fire those off in the Discord as well. As for people understanding the project, that's essentially, we have this series of like snippets or like Nibiru Academy, which you may have seen us posting now, that'll always just be educational content. And then I guess a lot of it is just more of the blog articles and announcements. And then of course, like these AMA sessions, I'd imagine are helpful. Essentially just find out what people want to know and then we'll answer it live.
I can add more to that actually as well. So as you level up, we eventually plan to have more of a regular calls or meetings with ambassadors, let's say ranked Giga or higher. So you'll be able to have a more close contact with the Nibiru team, and we'll be able to share more of the insider information with you guys as well.
We have a live question from a Russian named SBR. He says, can I get ambassador status for my CV? Or do I need to be obliged to make content first?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So today, I don't know if you guys have noticed, we just post announcement on our Discord channel, and we selected the first cohort of our ambassadors. So we have about a dozen people in Mega. We also have 2 Ultra community members. So yeah, we are like, if you're interested in becoming our ambassador, I guess just be active. You can also message us and we will pay attention to your contributions. So as long as you make it to Mega, I would say there will be no problem if you want to include ambassador, a title in your resume.
Sweet. 2 hours ago, I know we announced the first batch of ambassadors in the announcement section of the Discord. How did we go about selecting that first cohort? What was the methodology?
So the The first cohort is a lot of them are super early contributors that started well before the incentivized testnet, like even as early as August or September. And they've had pretty consistent contribution in different ways. I guess to go through a couple examples, one was Crypto Loss, was posting like Twitter threads and videos, tutorials, things like that that we have working as a community manager now, was just obviously performing well. So he was a no-brainer. The like Lesnik Utsa, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's Nodes Guru, right? They've made pretty good developer tutorials and scripts for other people to run. They were also pretty helpful with answering the early validators' technical questions that helped us to write better documentation for our site as well. And Silent. And then also there were other community channels in different languages they were pretty active there too.
When will the forum close and when will the results be available? What will we do with the thousands of application submissions?
Okay, I can take a stab at this one, I guess. So yeah, it's actually beyond expectation. We're receiving thousands of applications. So to be transparent, we may stop the submission very soon because the application might be reserved only for people already ranked MIGA or higher, so that we have a smaller pool, but also people with a higher quality, I guess. So we can then go from there to make sure that our ambassadors are actively engaged with the project.
Is there a good logo or branding kit?
Yes. So that's really a good suggestion. So we'll add the link both to the ambassador program and also the branding kit on our Discord as well. So there's a channel on our Discord called Official Links. So I'll be adding those links very soon. And if you want to, let's say, create content about Nibiru and you want to use our logo or banner or background picture, you can go there and find them.
Who will determine the quality and scoring of the posts? For example, will everyone who shares a video get the same score, or will it be scored according to the quality of the content?
I guess this question is related to content creation. So when it comes to content creation, I think quality definitely comes first, but also there are other factors to consider, such as frequency, posting frequency, consistency, number following you have on social, and maybe you're able to promote the content in different languages as well, other than English. So why quality content is so important? I think it's because it translates into a broader scope, which is user education. So creating content that is easy to digest, to share is really important. And it goes a long way in creating a lasting impact, not just in our community, but also, the Nibiru ecosystem and beyond. About other factors, we will definitely take into consideration, for example, loyalty and consistency, because that's what truly matters at the end of the day as an ambassador. It's not just a one-time thing. We want people to show loyalty and consistency, and genuine interest in Nibiru as a project. So that's the responsibility of an ambassador, and you simply cannot do that without consistency.
From Nako Turk 5452, who is the point of contact and how can I privately get connected to discuss formal collaborations, whether that's partnerships or influencer marketing?
Marketing go-to contact person would be me. So if you have any partnership suggestions, media, interview requests, please feel free to reach out to me. So you can find me on Discord. It's just Yan. I can also leave in the comment later. And Jonathan here, our host, he will be your go-to person if you want to talk about investor relations or business development. And of course, you have a Unique, our co-founder. So anything related to tech or developers, you can also reach out to Unique.
From Ihor Porsche, how many ambassadors do you plan to select and what tasks and responsibilities will the ambassador have?
Again, I mean, when it comes to how many ambassadors we want to onboard, there's really no hard cap. We will onboard as we go, and eventually we want to just build a really large network of ambassadors, people, with different skill sets, people who speak different languages. I think that's our end goal. And regarding tasks, I don't know if we want ambassadors to become too task oriented, because we want to encourage people to be creative and, just do what they like to do. ambassadors at the end of the day should be more of a voluntary role than, and we don't want to impose, on our community members. But occasionally we might have some tasks for ambassadors, such as when the midnight comes, we may ask people to create tutorials to educate users in your own community. So I guess it will be a combination of both. It will be voluntary actions and also some tasks from Nibiru team.
Not sure if we have a sense for this, but when do we plan to recruit the next cohort of ambassadors?
Again, we're just excited to see so many people are showing interest. So at the moment, we're actively just, watching these core members. And for any people who are active on Discord, you have a chance to be promoted to join our ambassador program. So we are not exactly sure, to be honest, how frequently we want to do this, but it could be, say, a weekly, bi-weekly, or a monthly basis. We'll just have to go with the flow in a way.
All right. That's it for questions. Unless we can give a second for anyone to post anything additional, we should be set.
I think there was one person who was requesting to speak. I forgot who that is, but if you still want to speak, you can request and we'll put you on the stage.
All right. It was great having you guys. We'll probably circle around in the forum if you guys have any more questions, but see you guys around.
Thank you, everyone.